Let's talk about how your inner value affects your outer worth and how your astrological birth chart can show you exactly where your money wounds and your money making possibilities live. I'm Self Carrie, your astrological life and career coach and counselor. I'm here to help you reconnect with your worth and align you with your true life path through the wisdom of planetary timing. Welcome to Waking Up to Your Worth, where we use astrology, psychology, neuroscience, and real world life strategies to reclaim the parts of ourselves that got lost in the system. By truly living your worth, you can create better health, wealth, relationships, and resilience through these challenging times. In today's video, we're diving into one of the most powerful connections you will experience in your life: the link between your self-worth and your money. I've been saying this to my clients and myself for years. If you don't believe you're worthy of money, resources, love, care, support, shelter, you're not going to receive it. Your mind and body automatically aligns to what it has seen and experienced before. This is why people who have been rich could see themselves being rich again. Therefore, they usually end up rich. This is why you have a type when it comes to relationships. You tend to go towards what you are familiar with, whether that's a physical trait or you just share the same values. This is why you could also end up in shitty jobs, careers, or relationships, because that's what's familiar to you. I'm not blaming you for this. This isn't your fault. It's likely a trauma response, a story you learned, or a pattern you inherited. And the great news is it can be rewritten. The key to changing this is taking a look at how much you value yourself. Your income depends on three things: your capacity to receive, your ability to break the habit of going back to what's familiar, and your patience sitting with all of the uncomfortable feelings that come up while you are waiting to receive and breaking the habit of going back to what is familiar. Now, why am I talking to you about this now? Why is every video on YouTube talking about self-worth and money? It's astrology. It's always astrology. On July 6th, 2025, Venus in Gemini will form a sextile with Saturn in Aries. What does this mean? Venus rules money, love, and how we value ourselves. Gemini is about communication, ideas, and beliefs. And Saturn? He's a boundary maker, the one who says, no more settling, no more shrinking, have some self-respect for yourself, and build a life that aligns with who you truly are. This energy is like a cosmic invitation to say to yourself, I deserve to be paid well for my gifts. It's okay to build a foundation that truly reflects my worth. I'm allowed to say no to being underpaid, to overgiving, and to hustling for approval. Now, for you, astrology heads out there, you can check your birth chart and see where Gemini and Aries fall. That'll tell you where you're being asked to combine value plus discipline. Now, I'll be honest, I used to undercharge for my sessions, and this wasn't what I really wanted to do. I really value the work that I do, but I thought if I keep my rates low, people will say yes more easily. What I didn't realize at the time was I was abandoning myself and what I really wanted in order to avoid possible rejection. So what changed? I started healing my moon and Venus patterns. And you can do this too. I do this all the time with my clients. I realized that I had to expand beyond what was physically and mentally comfortable for me. I had to start building a nervous system that could hold more than what I have allowed myself to receive before. More joy, more rest, more pleasure, more income. To add even more confusion to this, I was having to expand beyond what income I could create on my own. Because previously I'd had access to more money and resources, but it was through my ex relationship. This was the first time that I was having to expand beyond what income I thought I could create for myself. And that exercise made me realize that without him and his resources, I didn't actually think very much of myself. It was an awakening to a codependency pattern that I didn't even know I had. So I had to start charging more in order to not abandon myself. Instead of avoiding possible rejection, I was avoiding that horrible feeling you get when you know that you have let yourself down. It's like sleeping with someone you didn't really want to sleep with. It's like taking the salad when you really wanted steak. It's that feeling of, I can't even trust myself to take care of myself. Why would anybody trust you with their money and resources if you don't even trust yourself? In order to fully respect myself and respect my God given gifts, I had to risk losing the validation of others. So, how can you use this astrological transit in order to expand your capacity to receive, your ability to break the habit of going back to what's familiar, and your patience sitting with all of the uncomfortable feelings that come up while you are waiting to receive and breaking the habit of going back to what's familiar? Astrology is always showing us what we need to work on next for our evolution and our growth, for ourselves and for the collective. And the more we work on ourselves, the more our personal growth will influence the collective. So, since we are working with the transit of Venus and Gemini, forming a sextile with Saturn in Aries, we know our work will come in the form of a few specific things. Because Venus, which represents self-worth, is moving into Gemini, which represents things like communication, we know that writing and journaling about your worth is the best way to work with this transit. So, for this transit, you can heal your link between self worth and money through journaling and speaking it into being. Here's a few journal prompts I'd love for you to work with this week. What would I charge, ask for, or allow in if I fully believed I was worthy of it? What would you charge, ask for, or allow in if you fully believed you were worthy of it? Where in my life do I talk myself out of asking for what I truly deserve? Emotionally, financially, or even in relationships? Where in your life do you talk yourself out of asking for what you truly desire? Emotionally, financially, or even in relationships? How have my early caregivers, teachers, or authority figures, Saturn, shaped what I believe I'm worth? Venus. How have your early caregivers, teachers, or authority figures, Saturn, shaped what you believe you are worth? Venus. If I trusted that I am inherently valuable, how would my financial life look different? It's a good one. If you trusted that you are inherently valuable, how would your financial life look different? And finally, what practical systems or boundaries can I put in place to protect and honor my energy and my time? What practical systems or boundaries can I put in place to protect and honor my energy and my time? What practical systems or boundaries can you put in place to protect and honor your energy and your time? Now, if this landed for you and made you feel something, please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share it with someone you care about. And if you're curious about what your astrological birth chart says about your self-worth and your money patterns, I'd love to support you. You can book a one-on-one astrology reading or sign up for weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly astrological coaching with me. All the links to that are in the description below. Remember, you are not behind, you are not broken, and you are certainly not too late. You are simply expanding into who you were always meant to be. And astrological precision, real world strategies, and emotional support are all you need to get there. If you're ready to trade burnout for breakthrough and self-doubt for real world strategies, you're in the right place. Let's wake up together. I'll see you next time.